Hello, this is Bill Scheid from the Systems Lab, and we recently got an excellent question from James in the PRX community about using GBTC for the PRX weekly system. Now, normally, as you know, we use BTCUSD for that system, and I thought James asked a great question. So here's a look at potentially using GBTC instead of BTCUSD. I hadn't actually researched it, so James, thanks for the great question. So on the left, we have BTCUSD data from Bitstamp because we find that in TradingView, they generally have the most history. We've got our interval set to 1 week, and we've got our risk set at 1,000, and our moving average filter set to 50. So that'll give us a little bit of a larger sample of data to look at than if we use the 200. So these are the stats that we've looked at in prior videos, and what we have here is a net profit of 62.9 R, 13 total closed trades. Our percent profitability is 61, profit factor 19.3, max drawdown minus 1.7. Just absolutely fantastic considering the net profit. So to make 63 R on a max drawdown of 1.7 is really awesome. And an expectancy of 4.8, which is super high. So that's the stats if we look at BTCUSD. Now let's take a look at the statistics if we look at GBTC. Well, the first thing that we notice is the number of trades drops quite significantly. However, that's not necessarily a function of the instrument, but of how much history is available for the instrument. If we look at the charts here, we can see that the history for BTCUSD on Bitstamp goes back to 2011. However, it only goes back to 2015 with GBTC. And I'm pointing this out because depending on what data stream you use, you may run into a situation where you're trying to compare two different instruments and you get big differences in numbers because of the history that's available. So you do, all of us, we all want to make sure that we adjust for that. So let's go back to Bitcoin here. And let's say, okay, so we have data going back to 2015, but it takes a while for the 200 moving average. So let's just say, all right, we want to go back to 2016 as a way of giving ourselves a little bit more of an apples to apples comparison. So we're going to filter by date range on this side, and we're going to go from 2016 forward. So now we have 8 trades, which looks a little bit more like our 7 trades over here because our history is a bit more congruent. So let's take a look at our stats now for Bitcoin before we jump back to GBTC. So we have 17.4 net profit on 8 trades, 62% profitability, profit factor of 9.2, very high. Again, a very low max drawdown, minus 1.7, and our expectancy is 2.17, very high expectancy. So let's take a look at what Bitcoin, or excuse me, GBTC looks like now. So we have 7 trades, this is 1 fewer trades, 14 are in net profit, high percent profitability of 71.4, profit factor of 20.9, which is super high. Again, a very low maximum drawdown, minus 1.17, and an average trade of 2. So looking at these numbers, to me that tells me actually GBTC could be a very interesting and fruitful substitute for BTCUSD when trading the PRX weekly system. So James, thanks a lot. That was really an excellent question. I hadn't actually researched that, but it's very interesting to check that out. So thank you for watching, everyone. Happy trading, and we'll see you on the next video.